everyone, welcome back, y'all. We've got a couple of things to go over before we get started with our expenses, with our debt update, with our overall monthly payout for bills, and a couple extra other things. So before we get started, we are going to announce the winner for the 70 Savings Challenge book that it will be coming from Amazon to one lucky winner. I do this every single month for the entire year of 2023. That lucky winner will win that 70 Savings Challenge book, and it also comes with trackers. And our winner for January is Stop, Stuff, and Save. So congratulations to Stop, Stuff, and Save. You have won that Amazon book. If you will message me either through my email listed in the description box below, or you can privately message me on Instagram as well. And my name is also down in the description box below. I will be doing this again, like I said, every single month for the entire year of 2023. So congratulations to Stop, Stuff, and Save. All right, y'all. So we've got that taken care of. Now, here's the deal. I need to re-record my prepper pantry, my freezers, my shelving systems upstairs, and my cabinets. I'm going to try to put that on again tomorrow. When I went and started recording all of these different areas to show you exactly what's going on and how things are going with our grocery budget and things of that nature, instead of hitting the save button, I hit the redo button, and it deleted my entire video. So I'm going to try my best to get that out to you guys all tomorrow. I was going to do it today and re-record it today, but I was at physical therapy with my daughter Danya this afternoon for her knee. And so we're going to try to make that a priority, if at all possible, by tomorrow, if I can get that out to you, because I have to re-record the whole video. And y'all, we're doing really good with our grocery budget. I am really happy. I'm also using Jordan Budget's free printable that she gave us earlier. I think it was last week. I want to say it was last week, about how to do a grocery challenge. So she gave us that printable. I have been using it. And y'all, we have gone from an $800 grocery bill, which normally would be $1,000 this month because it's 5 weeks and I do $200 a week. We have cut that down to $400 for the month, y'all, and we're going to come in well under budget. That's because we're using our prep pantry areas. So before I get started, I'm going to show you a couple items. I don't have everything sitting here, but a couple items I did purchase, as you see. I'm going to start using this as an expense sheet versus the expense sheet I did have in my binder. The reason for that is I am trying to cut down as much as I can with how much I need to write down, how much paperwork I need to do, y'all, because I've got homeschoolers as well. I'm busy during the day. I'm trying to get the rest of my house in order to the way that I like to have it. So any expenses I do, instead of repeating it and put it in an expense sheet as well, I'm just going to put it on the calendar, y'all. That's what I'm going to do. I wasn't going to originally do this, but I said, you know what? Let's do this. So as you see here, we're going to go from the 9th to what today is the 16th. So if you hear the raining sounds in the background, that's for my chihuahuas, so they can stay calm. They listen to rain at night when they go to sleep, or they listen to calm doggy music. So you can see there on the 9th, there is a no spin. On the 10th, you will see that I did spin on the 10th, y'all. And, oh, Lord, I've been trying to keep myself from not spending, but I did spend for a couple of things on Amazon. Those things, one of them is sitting here, and it is a mandolin slicer. I am very tired of cutting my fingers when I'm trying to cut something very thin, such as tomatoes or cucumbers or carrots and things of that nature. So I did go ahead and purchase a mandolin slicer. One item I decided not to get, so I revoked the second item. So my total actually is lower than the $35, but I'll make adjustments to that later. The mandolin slicer was a little over $18, y'all. So $18, basically $19 for the mandolin slicer, because I find this as a necessity for me, especially being blind. I need something that's going to help me do that. I do have a food processor, but I prefer a mandolin slicer, and mine is MIA and has been for a long time. The second thing that came in from Amazon is this handwriting book. I've showed you one of these before. That was Philip's teenage handwriting book. This one is for Jessica. It's cursive. She's almost at the end of her current one that she has, and I want her to continue to write in cursive. So this will actually, even though it's from Amazon, it will actually come out of the homeschooling. And this was just under $6 for this. So 19 and 6 is really what my true amount was. I will make the adjustment, as I said later. The other item I decided not to do, and I canceled the third item. So that is what's going on with the 9th. So that was 19 plus, let's just round it up to 6. So it makes it easier. So that was actually 25 versus the 35 I have there. So that is what's going on for the 10th of the month. Then we go down to the 11th of the month, or you'll just go sideways on this sheet. And on the 11th, I did have a purchase for $19 for Etsy. One of the things that I purchased was a sheet that I needed to do, and this is to keep me on track. And it usually goes in a happy planner, but it was an Etsy shop that had it, and it's just an hour by hour throughout my day things that I can do to keep me on track. Yes, I could have wrote it down on paper, but I really just prefer to get a sheet to do so. The other thing that I bought was a little bundle set, basically. I bought one envelope, and I bought 2 packs of stickers from Budget with Emmy, and it was for something I want to try to do here shortly in the future. We'll see if it's successful or not, but that's what I bought. So then we're going to go over to Thursday, and Thursday was a no spend. Now you're going to see Friday, which is the 13th. I did spend, and I haven't spent it yet. This one is on my Affirm account. And no, I take that back. Is it on my Affirm account? Yes, it is on my Affirm account. I apologize. It's on my Affirm account. It's $96. It's a pillow top mattress topper for my son's bed. My son's bed is extra firm. He is not liking the firmness of it anymore. So I did get that for him, and it arrived today. The payments won't even start until next month, y'all. And when they start, it's only $16 per month on my Affirm account. And you'll be seeing that in my debt update here in just a minute. All right, so we're moving on to the next day, which is Saturday. It was a no spend. Sunday is a no spend. And today, Monday the 16th of January, 2023, is also a no spend. So I wanted to go ahead and show you that first so that you got a glimpse of this as I'm continuing to try to do as many no spends as possible. The situation with my son's bed pillow topper, I consider that more of a need for him than a want. He was becoming very uncomfortable on his own bed, so that is why I did that for him. The mandolin slicer is definitely a need for me for the kitchen. The book for my daughter over here is definitely something she needs for schooling. And that is something that is coming out of the school money here shortly. In my next cash stuffing, I will pull that from that. And then the only thing that really was a want that I wasn't supposed to do was spend on Etsy. And I wouldn't call it a fail because one of the items, like I said, I needed to keep me on track. The items from Budget with Emmy shop really wasn't a need or a necessity. It was more of a want. So yes, I spent $19. But if that's all I spent so far for this month, and that's all that I spend for the rest of the month, then I am extraordinarily happy. I'm going to make my way to keep me off of Etsy as much as possible because that is a weakness and a downfall to me. The next one is our no eating out sheet. Check it out, y'all. All 16 days. So, doing really well on that one as well. And then we're going to go work a little bit backwards this way because I'm going to bring on the full projected income. And I want to work backwards for a reason. And then I'm going to explain to y'all why I am working backwards. So let me check this real quick. Make sure I'm on the right page. Debt tracker. Yep. Oh, well, that debt tracker needs to be over here because I need to be able to read what it is. Okay. Glad I checked because I had double. There's my paycheck. Okay. So yes, I thought I had a couple extra pages in there. They're just identical pages to these. So let's go over my debts real quick. My debts are not very much, y'all. In fact, my total overall debt, most of it is going to be with my phones, y'all. And the reason for that is because we all have phones on Verizon. And they are upgraded phones. So it's not something that we're getting for free. It's something, yes, that I have to pay for. Yes, I'm going to call it a debt, but it's 0 interest rate. So we don't have any interest at all. It's just the same amount until I pay it off either over time or in full. So if you want to go ahead and go into this first, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to make sure I put the debt one first. There's a reason why I wanted to show you debts first before I show you the paycheck breakdown. So let's see here. Y'all, did I even show you this or is it just blank? This one is my paycheck, okay. Yes, okay, so I did have it right. All right, y'all, I did have it right. I apologize. Just wanted to make sure I didn't give you the wrong page or had it flipped upside down. Okay, so when we're going into my debts, like I said, I'm not stressed over any of these debts because, as you see, the payments for things are extraordinarily low, and it's not something that I'm going to stress over. With that being said, we're just going to work our way down. In fact, you can pretty much just see what's all going on here. So instead of talking you through every single one of these and be like, oh my gosh, you know, just back and forth over all of it, I'm just going to go ahead and let you look at what's going on here and the full bit and how much we actually owe. I will tell you our overall debt is very low for it being an actual debt. It's $3,097. There are some changes, but I just decided to round it up to make it full numbers instead of having change with it. So you can look at and see that, you know, our payments are so low on these items that it's not a big deal for what we're making and how we're doing things. Now, down here on my Affirm account, I have so many things over here, and it tells you over here on the side exactly what things are for. The ones that say Mom is the clothing costs that I put on me when I was doing my big $567 haul. Now, I will tell you, there wasn't a lot of clothing pieces as you would think for $567. A lot of it was my Adidas wear, and Adidas is extremely expensive. But there was a lot of Hanes hoodies as well, and those are pretty relatively cheap and very comfortable. There were some leggings. There was a pair of Adidas shoes. There was some K-Swiss shoes and things of that nature. About 75% went on this sheet. The rest went on my credit card that I pay off every single month at the end of each month, so I don't incur any interest whatsoever. So as you can see down here, my payments are very, very low. Same thing with my Verizon payments up here for myself, my son, my daughter Danya, and Jessica's iPad. Everything is very, very easy to see and to go through. And I'm just letting you guys see it because obviously you guys have eyeballs. You can see it all. I do not. I can't see any of it. But our payments are relatively low. There's nothing extravagant about our payments. I will say that I do have an asterisk down here because my goal right now for January is to start paying off the Affirm account. Every time I start doing this, my credit goes up on the account, my balance that I'm able to have, my credit line, I should say. So Affirm raised my credit line up again. They didn't do it significantly, but they went ahead and raised it up by $300. So with that being said, I was able to use that, and I'm okay with using Affirm because Affirm I can go through and use it on Amazon. I can use it in different stores, things of that nature. My daughter uses it for clothing sometimes, all of that. So with that being said, I am planning on working down a couple of these really small accounts that I have here listed that you can see right here. A couple of them are in the $50 range, and I'm just going to go ahead and pay those off. And instead of adding more things onto Affirm, I want to get all of these paid off. So I'm planning on choosing 1 to 2 of these lined items over here on the Affirm side, not up here on the Verizon side because that would be the Verizon here at the top, the Affirm's down here. I plan to pay them off at least 1 per month. Because some of these are super duper low, I might be able to pay off 2 or 3 in a month. And that's why I have some asterisks off here to the left-hand side of a couple of them that I do plan on paying off in full next month. And that's what we're going to do. So when I talk about our debt, it's really not a significant amount of debt in retrospect. When you look at it, $3,070 or $3,091, $3,097 is not extravagant, and when you look at how much I'm paying each month, it's really not much of anything. So you will see on here the $97 or $96 for my son's pillow top mattress topper. It's a twin that I got him, and those payments won't even start till the 23rd, or no, They won't even start till February 3rd. I'm sorry. And there's another thing on here where the payments won't start, and that's the refrigerator or the freezer downstairs. Why did I say refrigerator? The freezer downstairs won't even start until the 3rd of February as well. So that is our debts. Not very much. Underneath, just under $3,100 in total for debts. Okay, now as I go into the next page, I want you to keep in mind everyone's budget is different, and there's a lot of people who say, why do higher end people budget the way that they do? Why do they even budget when they have more income than maybe what your household does? And why do people who don't have enough money even budget? The situation with this is I've seen a couple of different comments on other YouTubers' videos of, well, why are you even budgeting if you've got that much in the bank? Why do you even worry about it? Or if you can't hardly put anything into a cash envelope, then why even budget at all? Because simply, respectively being said, it doesn't matter how high your budget is. It doesn't matter how low your budget is. If you're keeping up with a consistent budget and you constantly stuff your envelopes, or if you are a cashless budgeter like me, and prop money is what you stuff, but you move amounts around in different accounts online so that you're not running to and from the bank and having the bank look at you like, why are you withdrawing and putting money in so many times? The one thing I don't want to do is be flagged by the bank, because it's just ridiculous. Why would I bring money here to turn around and put it in the bank when everything goes on my credit card and then I just pay off my credit card? Why do I want to spend $13 going to my bank just to draw out money, to spend $13 to come home, to go ahead and spend another $13 to go to the bank and another $13 to come home? Y'all, that's $26 round trip just once, okay? Now take that times 2. That's a waste of my money. I'm blind. I can't see. My husband is not here in the house at the moment. He will be, but he's not here right now. So with that being said, that's why I do what I do. Now, back to the situation of people getting upset about people's budget. Either people want to show their full-on budget, or people just want to show a partial budget. It doesn't matter which way that you show your budget. You do what's comfortable for you, and you show people what is comfortable for you. You don't have to show them all your bills. You don't have to show them anything that you're uncomfortable with showing anybody. I know a lot of people say that they want to start a new YouTube channel, but they're afraid to. Lisa Marie Budgets was talking the other day that people get upset when they find out her house payment is $500. It was her ex-husband's single wide trailer. If he chose to allow her to rent it out for $500, then that's what he did. Great. I'm excited for her. Y'all, she just had her home tour. You got to go see it. It's amazing. She's got a beautiful house. She does a lot of cameos with the fur baby. She gets them involved. And hey, here's the kitty here. Here's another kitty here. Things of that nature. But the negative comments that sometimes people get because they don't like the situation that someone either pays too much or pays too little, or their income is too high or income is too low. Bottom line is, it all comes down to personal finance. Whatever you make financially, you have to work with it. Whatever you don't have financially, you need to be able to cut expenses when and if needed. And you still need to work with what you have. That's all I'm saying. Work with what you have. Don't be envy of anybody else. Don't be upset with anybody else. Don't get jealous around anybody else's comments. I've seen them a lot because I watch a absolute ton of budgeters. And I do see some of the comments that some other people make in negative sense. And I'm just like, that's not nice. Like, why would you write something that about someone if you're going to be negative? It comes back to the saying, the common saying of, if you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. And, when Lisa put that out today, and I kept thinking about, yeah, I've seen that comment in her section where people are like, I can't believe you only pay $500. Great for her. If you saw the size of my house, it's small. But my basement makes up for it because my basement is the exact same size as my house. I'm just under 2,000 square feet. Okay? But it's small. I pay $750. In retrospect, so y'all know, I'll throw it out, I pay $650. The extra $100 is for when the lawn service comes and they mow my backyard and they weed eat and they mow my side yard and my front yard, and my backyard is absolutely massive, y'all. I pay $150 year round because the times that my landscapers are not here to do this, they get paid still in a back pay for when they are here. So even though it should be a little bit more on the time they're here, since I'm paying year round, it evens out to about $100 a month. You see what I'm saying? I'm paying $1,200. It's really $200 per month, but because I pay 6 months on, 6 months off, or whatever the schedule is, that is why my pay is $750. But yes, my rent's $650, y'all. It is. So that's what that's about. So let's go ahead and go into my budget for the month. I'm going to go ahead and be as transparent as humanly possible. I'm going to explain the income here because you're going to look at it and go, OMG. So let's go ahead and talk about my income because I'm good with it. I'm okay with showing you, and I'm okay with bouncing my camera apparently. All right, y'all. I showed you my income with my rent. My rent is $750. Now, don't ask me why my electric bill was only $55. With the exception, I've had some issues with the electric company. We'll talk about my totals up here, my income totals up here in a minute. My electric was only $55. I couldn't pay any more. And y'all know I had this big amount a while back on me saying that I owed like nearly over $1,000 because I was on the budget billing. Y'all, I'm off. Woo, I'm off the budget billing. When it came down and they started to do some kind of a spreadsheet thing and they were adjusting everything that I had been paying, what they did was the last couple of months before I'm off the budget billing, the reason my amounts were so astronomical is they were filtering that into my payment so that when budget billing came to the end of its cycle, its life, I'm not doing it again, my balance would be zero instead of having an astronomical large amount to pay because I was only paying what budget billing was telling me to pay. So that is why I don't have the huge 1,000 plus back to pay in because they filtered that into my last couple of payments. I am now off budget billing. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I will never go on it again. It was a headache. It was whatever. But apparently I had paid too much into it as well. So they had to adjust things. And by adjusting things, I guess I came out in the end very, very happy. And it was only $55 for my electric. Now, my electric has never been $55. Okay, y'all? I'm just going to leave it out there. It's never been no $55. But because I had overpaid and all this mumble jumble stuff that they were doing, that is what it came down to, was $55. So I'm okay. Now, we got a problem with my gas bill because now it's up to $140, and I'm thinking they're doing the same. My gas bill usually runs me in the realm of between $40 and $80. Now, that's a big jump, but it depends on what time of year it is. My only thing that is operated by gas in my house is my hot water heater. It is 2 years old. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I'm about to find out myself because that's just a little bit too much. So I will discuss with them tomorrow about the gas bill. They're a lot easier to get a hold of than the electric company, and they will talk to you. So with that being said, I'll keep you updated on that one. My next one is my Xfinity. Now, you're going to see a very large jump in my Xfinity. It went up to $255. Here's what happened. The cable company raised their rates. They raised the rates on cable. My bill was usually sitting in the $190. Imagine going from $190 to $255 only because they raise cable. I have their security system. I have the fastest internet humanly possible right now in my area. I've got that all worked out. Apparently there was an amplifier I wasn't supposed to have on my system. I didn't put it there. Xfinity did. So I thought, okay, whatever. I don't know. And they had to fix something at the pole, which they always told me I'm the farthest from the pole. If my internet keeps dropping, it's just because I'm the farthest from the pole. There's nothing they can do. Until I take the guy out in the backyard and I point and I say, how can I be the farthest from the pole? It's right here in my backyard. It's in the back left corner of my yard. Like, hello. 2 houses down, they would be farther from the pole than I am. And I'm house by house. I live in a city. I don't live out in the middle of BFE. Okay? It's not happening. So I say, okay, you want to raise from $190 to $255 over cable alone? We cut cable. Took the boxes in. I said, enough's enough. I'm not dealing with this. They gave me 2 flex boxes, which is basically a Roku. One's free. One was going to cost me $5 a month. I did bring it home. And then when the guy came to change out my modem, to put in a newer upgraded modem, I handed him back the second flex box. I said, take this back with you. I'm not paying $60 a year to have a secondary flex box when I have a Roku Express, which has the Xfinity app on there so I can use what I need to. So I kept one of the flex boxes. I put it in Danya's room. Again, it's just like a Roku box, but it comes from Xfinity. I will turn it in if we ever leave this house in time and return it back to the company. It's $0 for the first box. It's completely free. So we get our apps from there. We did lose HBO Max, which is $16 a month, but I'm going to make an agreement with my daughter. She's going to pay half. I'm going to pay half, and we're all going to have HBO Max again. My suggestion is if you guys can get on streaming apps with your family and they are consistent with payment, please do it, because if you can cut it in half, then that's great. Because I do have Netflix and I have 4 screens. I pay for 3. My daughter Tori is going to start paying for one. She's going to start paying me $5 a month for one of them, and I pay $15 for the other 3 screens, and we're good. That's my $20 that you'll be seeing here in a minute. So needless to say, my Xfinity bill is going to go down to $135 now, y'all. Since I turned those boxes in, it's going to go down to $135. I'm happy with that, but it may drop even further because I'm looking at dropping my internet speed just a little bit and save a little bit of money because I'm paying over $100 just for, or right about $100 for the internet, and I think I can drop it down to $50. So that would help me save a little bit more. All right, you see my Verizon bill. My Verizon bill ain't nothing new. That $200 and something there is because that includes my phone payments that you just saw on my debt sheet, along with my cell phone bill, Jesse's, Phillips, and Danya's. So we have that as well. The next bill that you're going to see is my Affirm account. I pay roughly about $115, and that was what I showed you on the debt sheet below my cell phones. So that will fluctuate a little bit. I'm going to make 2 of those accounts go away on my Affirm account, and then I've got that coming in with the freezer, and I've got that payment also coming in for my son's mattress topper that he really, honestly, he did need. I'm not going to lie, he needed it. After that, then we also have our Klarna account. I have a total of 3 more payments to make. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that clean next month as well. Klarna has me at a $900 limit. That's a bad no because that makes me want to go shop on Etsy. So I'm making the first $9 payment now, and then I believe I have 3 more equal payments of $9, which will be $27. I'll be wiping that off next month. Then you're going to see Netflix. Yes, Netflix came back on. All my kids, including my 24-year-old daughter, twisted my arm because they wanted Netflix on. And I guess I didn't realize how much they did watch Netflix. But since they do, $15 will come. I paid for the $20 this time around, but $15 is going to come from me next time. $5 for my daughter Tori. She needs to start being responsible and paying that, because if I'm going to pay half the HBO Max bill and she's going to pay half of it, then I can pay for the 3 screens that I get out of the 4 screens on Netflix, and she can pay for 1 screen. It's just going ahead and being an adult. Groceries, let's talk about that. You'll be seeing that. Hopefully I'll get that video recorded tomorrow for y'all. I'm so mad that it got deleted. Y'all, there's been many times I go to upload a video, and as soon as I'm done recording, I go to hit save and I hit the wrong button because I can't see. So I hit the wrong button. It says retake, and I'm like, holy crap, I just wiped it out. So groceries, I budgeted $400 for this month. Usually it's $1,000 on a 5-week month, and it's usually $800 on a 4-week month. That gives me a rough estimate of about $200 per week for groceries. Y'all, we cut that down like a mama, okay? We're down to $400, and we are going to come in under budget again. I'm going to be under $400, but that's because we're using our preps downstairs. Again, I need to redo that video. I'm so mad at myself for doing that, but it is what it is. Let me get this back down here for y'all. It is what it is, and I have to re-record it. So what am I going to do with the extra money that I normally spend? Well, this month it would be an extra $600. I guess you're going to see that in a cash stuffing coming up here shortly. Hint, hint. So there we go with that. Any extra money that I get from groceries is going to go into a cash stuffing. And usually, y'all know, if you know me by now, extra money from groceries go into my 1-year fully funded in advance. Do not touch unless an emergency happens and we lose income. That goes into my 1-year emergency binder. So fully funded for an entire year. So we're working on month number 2. So we're going to have a big, huge, chunky chunk to put in there. And I love it. The next one is my Instant Ink from Instant Ink. It's $20, and that's because I get 500 sheets per month. And y'all, we are pumping out some paper. At least I know I am. So we have that, and that's also for school. I take into it about $15. I take $5 from the kids' schooling for $5 towards the $20, just so that they have that for work purposes for schooling as well. Now, Our next one is our self-credit builder. I did talk to self-credit builder. Y'all know I'm on the highest tier, which is $150 a month for an entire year. Do not, and I mean do not miss a payment. My payments are due on the 5th of every month. I chose to pay it on the 3rd of every month because that's when I get paid, y'all. My bills are paid by the 3rd. So with that being said, I will be done. My last payment will be on March 3rd. I asked him, can I repeat this again? My credit score has now gone up to a 625. I have gone from a 490 range to a 625 in 1 year, y'all, okay? And she said, absolutely. Not only can I repeat the program, now the program has different categories. The 3 lower tiers, I believe, are 25, 35, and 45 a month. But those are 2-year programs. I don't want to be on it for 2 years. I want some serious situations going on. I want this credit score to jump like it's popcorn, okay, being made. And I want it to go up, 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 up. So they are going to let me repeat this program again, starting in April. I will repeat this program again at $150, which is the highest tier, for another year. They're going to stick that money on the self-credit visa I already have. So, hello. By the end of March, or by the 3rd of March, I apologize. By the 3rd of March, when I finally clear and I'm 100% paid in to this program, my credit limit will be sitting at, I believe, $1,800. So, hello, yes. And then I'm going to repeat it again for another year, and my credit card limit will go from $1,800 to $3,600. I'm going to repeat this process as many times as they humanly allow me to do so. So, there's that. And then the $13 is for my Walmart monthly subscription that I have with Walmart. I am going to keep that. Instacart, I will be paying that again here in months to come. I believe it was June or July when it'll be due for an annual redo. And y'all, one thing I am going to keep on board, and I went back and forth and said I was going to cut it several times, is I am going to keep Amazon Prime on board. We're just buying too much off Amazon, and the situation with the photos, I'm not really finding anything that I'm very comfortable with moving my photos to, and I have got over 5,000 photos, so I'm not going to move my photos. It's going to be a pain in the rear to do so, to import them elsewhere. So I am going to go back on what I said, and I am going to keep Amazon Prime. Y'all, I have to look at seeing when that is going to be next due. I think it's coming up. I'm not sure. But when it does, I'm just going to smack it with an annual payment, and then I'll start getting an envelope and saving for that. So that is what we have for that. Let's go up here and talk about the income, since I know this is going to be a huge question. Now, my monthly income, mine is a pension. My monthly income is only $4,637. Now, don't stop and say, what do you mean only $4,000? I don't make $4,000. Well, there's a lot of people who make more than I do, and I'm okay with that. When I see somebody excel and succeed on YouTube, I get super excited for them. I do not get jealous. I do not question them for why they're doing what they're doing. This is my income. This is what I need to work with. This is not your income. This is not my neighbor's income. This is not my daughter's income. It's not my family income outside my house. That is my pension. My pension is $4,637. Now, that's not all that's included in there. My pension's in there. My child support is in there. My child support out of this $4,637 for 3 children, yeah, buckle up for this one. $585 is all I get for 3 kids. Ridiculous. I'll be honest. A lot of parents are paying a lot more. There'll be some people on here going, oh my God, I pay a lot more in child support for 1 kid than you get for 3. However, remember, my ex-husband pays for half the spring and summer clothes. He pays for half the fall and winter, and he doesn't really pay half, y'all. You guys seen. He may pay $100 to $200 per child for this situation. I am very lenient on him, but I'm about to have to stick him with a little bit more money on that because it's been a little bit too lenient. These kids are growing and clothes is getting expensive. Not to mention he pays for half the sporting activities for Danya. He also has to pay for half the medical that Medicaid doesn't cover, and or any other insurance that we have, which is TRICARE, and TRICARE will always be first. The reason Jessica gets Medicaid is because she is got a very, very high-end situation with her brain surgeries. She's had 9 brain surgeries, and because she has had specialized situations going on, She had 3 doctors signed off on it, and so she was granted that. So, believe it or not, that usually pays before TRICARE will pay, which is ridiculous, okay? But it is what it is. So, and I won't speak bad about TRICARE because TRICARE has covered over almost close to $5.5 million of Jessica's medical surgeries. So, let's knock on wood. We don't have any more surgeries coming up. She hasn't had a surgery since she was 7. If that tells you she's had 9 brain surgeries in the first 7 years of life, it's ridiculous. She has a condition called hydrocephalitis. If you guys don't understand that, the fluid on the brain, she's had 9 shunt placements. They don't work. They converted her to the EVT procedure. When they did that, I am doubly knocking on wood because she's not had a problem since, and it's been a lifesaver. Literally, it has saved her life. So that's what I'll say about that. The other one is the income for my husband at $5,625. And that brings us to a total of $10,262 in total. So, as you see, our bills are low. I do not live above my means whatsoever. I do not judge anybody for what they pay for, how they pay for things, what they choose to include or not include in their pay breakdown. If people want to be real transparent like I am and show the whole totals, go for it. If you don't, people need to understand that please don't ask somebody to do something that they're not comfortable with or that they don't feel comfortable with sharing. Me, I'm an open book with a highlighter. Ask me what you want and you'll get the answer. Whether you like the answer or not is to be determined, but I'm truthful. I'll tell you the answer and the full bit. So that is what we have for you today. Congratulations to the winner. Please message me in one of the 2 ways down below in the description box, either by my personal email or by going to my Instagram so that I can go ahead and order that book from Amazon and have it sent directly to you. So, any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, I'll leave them down below in the comment section down below. I answer each and every single one of you. Sometimes I get a little lengthy with my answers like I do sometimes my videos, but I always answer. And again, I'm sorry, but I have to redo the doggone video for the prepper pantry, the freezers, the upstairs situation, so you can see what we all got going on and why our food bill is still so low. We're going to keep it this way, hopefully for a couple more months. We'll see where we reevaluate each month. So anyways, we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits Budgets is out.